This is your math gal, Julie Harland. Please visit my website at yourmathgal.com, where all of my videos are organized by topic. This is part 10 of Vector Basics. We're going to learn how to find the component form of a vector if the initial and terminal points are given as ordered pairs in the plane. And we do these problems where the initial point's listed first. So that means the second is the terminal point where the arrow would go. And we're going to find the magnitude. So let's work on these. So here's the first problem. This is our initial point, right? And this is the terminal point. So one way of doing this is to graph it and see what's going on. So we've got negative 3, 5. So let's see, that initial point would be the origin. That would start right up there. And it doesn't look like terminal. And then it ends at 2, 1. Okay, so this is where 2, 1 is. That's where the arrow is that it's going to end. And so what we're talking about is this vector right here. Okay, what vector is that? Well, let's figure it out. How would I go? I would have to go in the horizontal direction. How many spaces here? Let's see, I'd have to go to the right. I think 5 spaces. And I'd have to go down. I know that's supposed to go through there, sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces. Okay, so I'm going to the right, but I'm going down. So the vector would be, the component vector would be 5, negative 4. All right. Now, you wouldn't want to have to always draw this. So can you think of another way you might do that? Well, if you're going to end here and you started here, that's just really the difference of the x values. If you think of these ordered pairs, negative 3, 5 and 2, 1. So you're taking the difference of the x value. So you have to take the second ordered pair's x value and subtract the first ordered pair's x value. So another way you could have gotten that answer is you're going to take this second x, from the terminal point at, the first component minus the second component. So 2 minus a negative 3, that'll give you your first component, and 1 minus 5, okay, you get the same thing. That'll give you 5, negative 4. All right. What about its magnitude? So we know it's 5, negative 4. So how do we get the magnitude? It's just the square root of what? 5 squared plus negative 4 squared, which is square root of 25 plus 16, or square root of 41. So the length of this purple vector here is square root of 41. All right, before doing the next problem, let's just summarize what we just figured out. If x1, y1 is the ordered pair of the initial point of a vector and x2, y2 is the terminal point of the vector, then the component form, what we figured out, you have to take the second ordered pair, right? The terminal point. You do x1 minus x1, that'll be the first number, and y2 minus 1 will be the second number. So let's do that on this problem. So what would the vector be in component form? And we're going to use this, not parentheses. Parentheses, we're talking ordered pairs. Okay, vectors, we use this other symbol. So to get the x coordinate, this is the terminal, we have to start with a negative 3 and subtract 6, and then start with a negative 5 and subtract 1, all right, which could be written as negative 9, negative 6. All right, so if you drew this vector, you should see that the components are going to be negative 9, negative 6. All right, what's the magnitude? Just the square root of negative 9 quantity squared, which is going to be 81. Can we do that without writing that middle step? Plus negative 6 quantity squared is 36. So what is that? Square root of 117, right? Now, I think that simplifies because that's 9 times something. I know it's 9 times something. Anytime the digits add up to 9 in a number, then 9 goes into it. So this is the square root of 9 times what? 13? Is that right? Think so? Okay, so that would be 3 square roots of 13 if you were going to simplify that. And voila, we found the magnitude. This is your math gal, Julie Harland. Please visit my website at yourmathgal.com, where all of my videos are organized by topic.